Hey developers, we are my people in Nigeria. Alright now, so I'm making this video to quickly teach you probably are a beginner or an intermediate user, developer, HTML, CSS precisely. This video is for you. I want to teach you how to design a Nigerian flag using HTML and CSS. And I'm going to try to do that in just 10 minutes. Designing Nigerian flag using HTML and CSS. In a different video, I taught how to design the German flag. You can just check my channel videos and check out for that video as well. So you are used to sitting on the laptop making serious things. Now is the time to do some fun things. There are so many fun things you can actually do with HTML and CSS actually. So right now we're designing a Nigerian flag. So come with me as I show you how to do that. First of all, if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I need you to just quickly pause this video, click on that subscribe button at the right side of your screen, so that you can always get, and click the notification button so that you can always get access to videos like this when I drop them. So currently we have a blank page, just an H1 that says flag creation using HTML and CSS. Now let's go back to our VS Code where the whole thing happens. So the first thing I want to do right now is, so let's look at what we want to design, because as a developer you are likely going to work with product designers or UI UX designers. For every site for every product, software, website you build, they are going to give you a product, a design, and you must learn to analyze first of all before even starting, so you know what you need to do. So this is basically what the Nigerian flag looks like now. This is left, green, white, green. They are arranged from left to right, and then you cannot. But we are going to actually have our own in a poll. We're going to have ours in a poll like this. So so let's just go over to our VS Code. The first thing we want to create is, looking at this flag, this green, white, green, I can assume that this is one div, this is another container, this is another container. There are three containers wrapped inside one parent container. So this flag is like one container that contains three other children containers. Now, since we're going to add a poll, this poll is another container on its own. So this poll is one container, this flag is one container. Both of them, I'm going to wrap them inside one parent container. So let's go over now. So I have this div, I give it the class of container. It is where we're going to wrap both the poll and the flag. So let's open it. Inside it, I'm going to have a section. First of all, the section with which we are going to design the poll, I give it an ID of poll, and then the second section now with an ID of flag. So this is the poll, this is going to be the poll, this is going to be the flag. I nested both of them inside the parent container with a class name of container. All right, now, so going forward, now inside the flag, remember I said analyzing it properly. Now they are inside this section, there are three different divs inside. So we're going to create three different divs to represent each of these colors. So the first div now, the second div, and the third div. They are similar, they have similar patterns and designs, so I'm just going to give them a class name of flag divs. And I'm going to just add the text at the bottom, an H3 that says Nigerian flag. Alright, so if I save, you are not going to see any of these things, because divs if you don't add background color or borders, width and height also to containers, you're not going to see anything. The only thing we're going to see right now is this H3. Let's confirm that to be sure that okay. So first of all, everything is glued. I want my flag, I want it to shift them to the right a bit, and I don't want it to be glued. So I'm going to give the whole flag, I'm going to give it a margin top and margin left, so that there can be some space here and some space after this H1. Alright, now, so over to our CSS. Remember, I've connected my CSS using the link in my head element, flag.css. So I go back to flag.css, and the first thing I start is the container, the parent container. Now I set the display to flex because, why am I setting display to flex? Because the pole is by the left, the flag is by the right. Anytime you want to arrange things from left to right like that, so it's best to set the parent container to flex. So once I set the parent container to flex, everything inside get arranged from left to right. Now don't get it wrong, that is not automatic. I could also still make it arrange from top to bottom, just that I will have to set the flex direction to column. But currently by default the flex direction is set to row. I don't need to write that. Once you set the display to flex, the flex direction is set to row. That is, everything inside that container is arranged from left to right. Now, like I said, I want some space by the left, so I'm going to give it margin left of 10 rem and margin top of 5 rem so that there can be some space. Now we're going to style the pole. First of all, the section that contains the pole. So I'm going to give it a width of 10 pixels, very slim, and I will give it a height of 600 pixel. If I check it right now, we're still not going to see anything until I give it either a background color or a border. So let's give it a background color of green. I hope that won't look awkward. Let's see how it looks first of all. Background color of green. All right, I think it looks fair. This is the Nigerian flag text. Background color of green. We're going to try to make this place, the edges, we're going to add some border radius to make it curved. So I'm going to give it a border of 1 pixel solid white. It's not compulsory, but I'll let you know the reason why I did that later. And I'm going to give it a border radius of 20 pixels to make the pole look like a pole. Yeah, you can see that it's now curved like a pole now. So going over, let's now style the second one. We've styled our pole. Let's now style the flag section itself. Remember, the flag section has 3 children, which are all these also. So let's first style the parent, which is the flag. Okay, yeah. So I'm also giving the pole a border top right radius of 0, and this is what it's going to look like right now. This place gets flattened out. I will explain the reason why I did that later. It's not compulsory anyway, but I just chose to do that. So now the flag container, I'm setting the display as well to flex because it also contains 3 divs, and they are also arranged from left to right on a row basis. So if I don't set it to row, it's going to, I will have it green, white, green, from top to bottom, which is not the design we want to follow. We want it to be, on one row, left to right. So I also set the display of the parent section to flex. I'm going to give it a width of 40 rem, make it very wide, and height of 20 rem, make it quite long as well. I'm going to give it a border of 2 pixels solid green. Now let's look at what it looks like presently. All right, now I think it's beginning to take shape. So this is the area. Now there are 3 divs inside. We now need to give them separate background colors to make them visible. So moving on, the flag divs, class of flag divs, that's what I gave the 3 divs. So whatever style I write here, it affects the 3 of them since they belong to the same class. I'm going to give them each of them width of 33.36, and that is more like I'm sharing the space. This 40 rem, I'm sharing it between the 3 of them. So each of them is going to take 33.3%. Combine it the 3 of them is going to take 100% like that. Height is, I want it to take 100% of the parent's height, which is 20 rem. I can decide to just write 20 rem. Actually, I don't need to necessarily write 100%. It will still give me the same thing. So now, having styled them, let's look at, there won't be any difference here because we've not added any background color. So I'm going to give them background color separately. The first and the third div, I'm going to give them background color of green. Background color of green. I don't need to style the second. I don't need to give the second one a background color of white because it's already white by default. So you can see, perfect, bravo. All right. That being said, I'm going to just style the H3. Shift it forward a bit, margin left. I don't like the way it's also in the corner. I also want it somewhere here. So margin left of 12 rem, and then font family of Syra and sans serif, make it a little more fancy. A font size of 2 rem, and I'm going to change the color to this, almost black, off black. And currently, this is what we have right now. Beautiful. So this one, I if you notice, every other part had the border radius except the top right. Yeah, top right. I made it 0. Okay, border top right radius of 0. If I remove it, like I said, it's not compulsory. If I remove it, look at what it's going to look like. It's not like it's going to be so bad, but I just kind of, you can see how it's looking like the pole is standing alone while the flag is standing alone. That's why I had to, like, just add that to make it look better. And remember, I also said that I gave this pole a border, 1 pixel solid white, border. If I remove it, look at what it's going to look like. 1 pixel solid white. If I remove it, it's also not compulsory, but I'm going to remove it. You can just look at what will happen now. It's going to be joined. You can see how it's totally joined. It's not, the pole effect is not there, so I just have to add it to give it that pole effect. All right, now, so it is back. So now we have our flag looking like Nigerian flag. Let's see. All right, it's looking like it, except that of course it's not having the cloth effect. So this is a very simple thing that I believe any CSS student can actually quickly try and just make out. I did this is like a 11 minutes video talking about the display of flex. Look at what happens when I remove the display of flex from the flag. Look at what happens to all of them. They get arranged from top to bottom. Can you see? Green, white, green. You can see that, which is not what we want. So that is to show the importance of flex. And also, I think I also added it to the parent, also the container. Let me remove the flex from this and look at what it's going to look like as well. The pole is going to be at the top while the flag is going to be at the bottom. You can see the effect is more like an inverted flag. All right, now, so I'm going to return that as well. So quickly, in 11 minutes, we're able to make the Nigerian flag, and you can just try it out. Drop your comments. If there's any other thing you would like to see me talk about or teach about, or anything you would like me to design or build, just drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share the video, and most importantly, the part which is more important to me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.